Okay, now we're walking into the backyard. Again, another hemlock tree. Very sparse, partially because there's not much sunlight. But I would remove these lower limbs off this tree because it just doesn't look good. Okay, and clip the burning bush back so when you're walking through here, you can walk in the walkway easily. Right. I would remove the bricks on these edge bricks, especially on the pool, because the tripping hazard. They're all displaced, just doesn't look good. So I definitely remove the bricks, and then I would do some masonry repair. You can see that it's all settled throughout this area. So starting about here, working our way around, you know, depending on how involved you want it to be. But it's definitely, the walls have shifted over time and it's caused a depression with the patio. That's why the patio is lower than the coping of the pool. So you could invest some time in repairing this. You got a beautiful Coosa dogwood, bloodgood maple, 2 dogwood trees, and again, those are the 2 that should be sprayed, and they'll look much better and preserve their health. So you don't have a similar issue as you have with the birch in the front where you get deteriorating health. Trim these trees back that are overhanging the bloodgood maple. Trim them way back so you can preserve the structure of the tree and make it look a lot better. Okay, this area back here, we're also talking about fertilizing. There was some grub damage from last year, so with the proper fertilizing program in place, in about a year and a half, the lawn will look really good in the front and in the front of the house, and also back here. Rip out these forsythia because they're blocking the view looking out to the woods. Okay, and again, possibly use some of the plants from the front over in front of this wall in the back. You got to think whether or not you like these rhododendrons because they're very leggy. There's not much growth to them. You might consider removing these 2 rhododendrons and just putting in something else in here that's going to kind of fit in with the kind of new design you're putting in. So that's another concept. I would try to block out the air conditioning unit a little bit so you don't see that when you're spending time up here. And again, these are the brick that I would say you want to remove. I just think they look messy and they're not doing anything for you. There's no real function or purpose of having those there outside of just the fact you're going to have a tripping hazard. So if we're talking about doing the prep work for this area, then you can see there's probably about a 5 or 6 foot wide bed stretching about 35-40 feet long of these forsythia. From a maintenance perspective, the lawn mowing guy could weed whack this down, or if you could have us do it as well. All right, kind of clean up this area. You know, if you really want to get crazy, you could put in, replace these railroad ties with granite steps, but again, I'm not sure if you're going to be walking down that area that often. Then again, re-landscaping there and there, call it 9 feet by 3 feet. Another 13 foot by 3 foot area over here. You said you were happy with the ivy here, so we'll leave that alone. Transplant these 2 morning light grasses, which grow way too big for this area. Re-landscape this little area here, 8 feet by 2 feet. Think about getting some perennials growing through here where the bricks are. Remove the bricks, put some plants in between the patio and the stone wall. And then there's another area over here, again roughly 35 feet by 4 feet. You can put some low plants that are not going to block the view, but really make this area look nice in the back. So that's the idea back here.